Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us for the Finance Committee regular meeting. Today is Monday, January 27th, and it's 4 p.m. This is the time for public comment. And seeing none, I'm going to move on to regular business. And approval of the minutes.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Item number 2 is the 2024-2025 water rate study update.
Madam Chair, staff is asking that the committee pull this item and continue it to a date to be determined. We're still waiting on some updated rate tables, and so before presenting it, we wanted to make sure that those were all correct. So that's our request this evening.
Okay. Do we need a motion to do that, or
The table? Do it anyway. Motion.
Yeah, I'll motion to table it to a future date to be determined.
Second.
all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Moving on to item number 3, the Space Needs Assessment Proposal, presentation by Member Alexander Henderson.
Yes, Chairman Smith and members of the committee. This is a return of an item we've talked about a few times over the past several months. If you recall, the city received 5 proposals in response to our RFP for a city hall space needs assessment. After reviewing each proposal, the Finance Committee and the City Council ultimately selected Griffin Structures as the most complete respondent to our RFP. If you recall, though, their costs were greater than we originally budgeted for. We budgeted for up to $75,000. Their original amount came in at $125,000. And then we had some additional conversation with them, which resulted in a reduction to $109,500. After receiving some direction from the City Council, we received a reference for a local architecture, engineering, and interior design and project management firm known as Integrated Designs by Soman Inc. Ultimately, staff reached out to them to discuss potential project needs and to see if they would be interested in bidding on the work as well. They did provide a proposal, which is included in your packet this evening. The highlights of their 3 phases of work include phase 1 would be an assessment and conceptual design, pricing determined based upon whether the city wants a unique conceptual design or an existing conceptual design. And then phases 2 and 3 would be down the road if we got to the point of construction. They provided 2 proposals. One is $45,000, which is for an existing design that they already have, and $60,000 for a new conceptual design. We have included both the integrated designs proposal as well as the Griffin structural proposal. While we do the integrated designs proposal is more limited, specifically as it relates to community outreach, we are seeking the Finance Committee's input based upon some of the comments that the council members had. Where they were, essentially desiring to make sure that there was floor plans and elevations as well. Included in your packet this evening is a presentation that Integrated provided for the city of Reedley when they completed design renderings and floor plans for proposed city hall for them. Ultimately, the city of Reedley did not move forward with this building, but it does give you some example of the type of work product that Integrated has provided. They did do, I think there's a building in Reedley kind of right across from where this was. It's a school building that has been built as well. That provides an example. So it's a discussion item this evening as to whether or not, based upon the roughly $50,000 in cost savings, the committee and then ultimately the council wants to consider reevaluating their previous direction. So that concludes my report, but I'm certainly happy to answer any questions that you may have.
Okay, thank you. I'll open it up for questions or comments.
Oh, yeah. I think it's, I think it's something worthy to take to council to have a discussion about. The Reedley one looks very, very similar to the new Mendota council chambers. I wonder if it's the same company, because it's almost identical looking, at least from the exterior.
I will say I've had conversations with a couple of members of Reedley staff that work with them, and they were very pleased with their work product and, you know, recommended them.
I mean, personally, I appreciate the, you know, the community outreach, and like you said, it's a little more limited, but, I mean, it is in line with what we budgeted. It is providing council with, what, you know, more in line with what was requested. So I agree with Brandon. I think it would be, you know, worthwhile to have that discussion.
Yeah, I think that's all we're really saying today is whether or not it should go for a discussion. Council, right?
Okay. Well, I'll make a motion then to recommend that we bring the proposal to council for future consideration.
I'll second.
Moved and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Moving on to other business, we have none listed. So I will adjourn the Finance Committee meeting. Thank you.